To jump straight into it, I think that no one is ever or will ever be good enough, because I think that there's always something that we lack, there's always something that we can do better, and there's always something to improve. So that's why I think that it's also so important to always strive and be better, to always strive and try to improve ourselves so that we can become better individuals. And brainwashing is something that is very, very, very real. And most of the time, it's not even that other people are trying to brainwash us. Most of the time, it's simply we brainwashing ourselves. Because we follow what others are doing. We do something simply because someone else tells us we should do it in that way. And maybe that's even without realizing it. Maybe we are not even conscious of the fact that we are doing it because someone else does it, or because someone else tells us we should do it. But what we watch, what we hear, what we listen to, that is what shapes how we become, or what shapes who we are. And that's why self-talk is so super important, because what we tell ourselves, how we think, that's how we start to believe, and that's how we start to act. So if we talk negatively, we will start to act and think negatively. If we talk positively to ourselves and think positively to ourselves, we will start to act and see positive things. But we cannot simply start talking positive to ourselves. That won't work, because we simply don't trust ourselves. And we don't trust ourselves because we haven't proven anything to ourselves yet. And by proving to ourselves that we are actually capable of doing something, that we are capable of pushing through hard things, even if we don't feel like it, that's how we build trust. And we build that trust by consistently doing those small things, consistently gaining small wins, and consistently gaining small achievements. And if we can combine those wins or combine those achievements with positive self-talk, that's how I think that we can actually make a big change. But we have to start small and start with small goals. They don't have to be very easy, because they of course have to be a challenge. But if we can achieve them, that's how we prove to ourselves that we are actually capable of doing those things. And the most important thing, and I always come back to this, is our environment. The people we watch, what we listen to, what we read, whatever it is. The combination of all those things is what shapes us. That shapes our interest, it shapes how we think, it shapes how we act. It just shapes the things we do and how we do them. But we can also use that in a very good way, because if there is something that you want to learn, if there is something that you want to do, or if there is something you want to get motivated for, we simply watch the people that are already doing it. So if we go on Instagram or YouTube, whatever it is, we only consume content of people that are actually talking about it. And the more we watch it, the more motivated we get, and the more we learn about it. And that's why I think that social media can be used constructive or destructive, depending on how you use it. If you watch content that fires you up, that motivates you, that gets you going, then it is used constructive. It inspires you to take action. But if you watch content that gets you frustrated or that distracts you, then it's used very destructive. And if you watch someone's content and it gets you frustrated, and the first emotion that comes up to you is to hate on someone, you should firstly ask yourself why it is that you get that first reaction. Why you see someone buy a very expensive car, and the first thing you do is to hate on someone. You tell yourself or others they just got lucky, or they are scammers, or whatever it is. Why is it that is your first reaction? Why doesn't that get you motivated and get you going to try and achieve the same thing? And secondly, why on earth are you watching content that gets you frustrated, that gets you angry? Why are you doing it? I cannot comprehend why you should watch something that doesn't do anything for you. And this might even be your friends, or maybe even your relatives, whoever it is. It doesn't matter. If you see content of someone, wherever it may be, and it gets you frustrated, I cannot understand why on earth you should watch that, and why you not simply unfollow someone. On every app you can simply unfollow someone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything for you. I cannot understand why you should do that, why you should waste your time and energy watching content that doesn't help you in any way, shape or form. And the best thing is that we are fully in control of what we think, of how we act, of what we believe, by choosing what we consume or what we not consume. And this could be social media, but this can also be movies or a book you are reading, a podcast you are listening to, whatever it is. We choose what content we watch and what content we don't watch. We choose who influences us and who doesn't influence us by simply either clicking away or consciously choosing what it is that we are going to watch. And if we can watch positive things, we gain positivity. But if we watch negative things, we simply gain negativity. But we, in the end, fully control what it is that we consume and what we not consume. We are doing that. We are clicking on something or we scroll through it. So what I want to convey is that we are never truly good enough. Because there's always something that we can improve. There's always something that we can do better. And that's okay, because this is the case for each and every one of us. But what I think that we should do is use it as an opportunity to grow, to learn new things, and to just improve ourselves, to become better individuals. And we feel disappointed and we feel bad or maybe even sad because deep down inside ourselves we know that we can do more, but we are simply not pursuing it. We just settle for less, and that is what gives us a very bad feeling, because we know that there's a lot more to gain and there's a lot more to achieve, but we simply don't try to achieve it. And that's at least how I look at it. Let me know in the comments about your opinion. Let me know how you think about it. Also share this episode with others who you think may find it useful. It would be very much appreciated. And thank you very much for listening.